Okay, what I'm going to do first is search through my scrap pile. DIY paint, the oval brush. I lightly sanded after it had all dried and wiped it back. Today I have some leftover 3/4 ply that I am going to be building a nightstand for my son's room. My oldest one, he is about to go off to college, but he's been asking for this for ages, and it's been kept getting put at the end of the list of things to do. So since I have the ply and the time, I'm gonna go and do that today. I feel very motivated. If you want to see how I do that, stick around and let's get into it. Okay, what I'm gonna do first is search through my scrap pile. I just want to make sure I don't have any already pre-cut. Okay. Because sometimes I cut my things and then I either cut them wrong size and then I just end up keeping it. That's a prime example. So I have one leg. Oh, sorry. So I have one leg and the second one out of that piece. And now I just need to find maybe 2 pieces that size because this is too small. Only just though. I might be able to trim that down then, that way I can get 3 and then I'm just looking for 1 more. Alright, so after I found those wood pieces, what I'm doing now is measuring and cutting up the piece of ply into the correct sizes that I need for my nightstand box. Don't have a long enough square, so I'm lining up my shorter square with my straight edge, and I'm going to carry on if I can not move it. There we go. I am always grateful for all of you who support my channel in any form. I wanted to give a shout out to my members. Thank you so much, you guys, for your support and ongoing encouragement, especially in this transition period. You guys, it's never any pressure to join memberships, but if you were curious about what that is, there is a join button below. It takes you to a video of me explaining to you what you get as a part of the memberships. But you guys, I am grateful. Thank you so much for your support, and I just wanted to give you an extra little shout out. I also wanted to give a massive shout out to Teresa, you little legend. Thank you so much. Teresa bought me a crazy amount of coffees this week. You are an amazing soul, and I just wanted to give you a little shout out and say thank you so much. I am well and truly caffeinated now, Teresa, but thank you, you little legend. I appreciate you very much. Now that I have all those cut out, I am putting pocket holes in the sides of the panels, and then I'm assembling the nightstand box. And you've seen me do this plenty of times. I am just simply taking a pocket hole screw and placing it in the hole and screwing in the edges first after lining it up. Then I go ahead and screw in the rest of the screws. So So originally I wanted to make it a deep drawer with a small shelf on top. So right here I am just taking my measurements for where I want to place that middle shelf to give me a deep drawer and a smaller shelf. And I change my mind. I go ahead and do it, but I end up changing my mind. And unlike my cat condo build that you may have seen me do, I am using on this one, because it's a nightstand, edge banding to cover up the edges of those plywoods and just tidy it up. I am going to be painting this because I wanted to match a nightstand that I made over for Samuel years ago, but this is just going to give a nice smooth edge to the nightstand. For the sides, I am not going to use the edge banding, but I am going to use water putty that I have to fill in the edges of the nightstand or the edges of the ply, just so it is a lot smoother under my paint. Okay, so this is the middle shelf that I'm putting in, and I am just cutting it to size, and in a second you're going to see me use pocket holes to attach it into the nightstand box. I have the nightstand upside down because it's just making my life a lot easier to screw in that shelf, and while I have it upside down, I go ahead and measure and cut for the feet, and then of course everything is attached with glue and pocket holes, and then I go ahead and glue and screw it into the plywood. I'm doing it a little differently this time. I am screwing directly in the top of the rails of the base, but it's just really another way of doing or attaching a base to a nightstand. So I sanded back and felt like it needed a whole second coat of that water putty, so I'm just going ahead and doing a second layer of the water putty, and then I sand that back to smooth. I've already cut the drawer box sides and front and back out already. What I'm doing here is adjusting my table saw excuse me table saw so I can cut a dado into the drawer box pieces. There are several ways, and you will see if you stick around for future videos. There are more videos coming at you. I make drawer boxes in several different ways. There is no right way or wrong way to make a drawer box, but this time I'm choosing to do a dado for the drawer box. You've seen me do it a million times. Popped pocket holes in the sides that are going to drill into the front, and now I'm just going to glue and screw the sides in. Okay. Okay, so I already did the drawer front, right? This is when I was doing the bigger one, but I've had a change of mind. Decided to do, oh, so sorry. Oh, my shop has never been so dusty. Okay. Decided to do the drawer up here, okay, which means that I can still use this. I'm just gonna trim it down to fit in there rather than in here, and then that way Samuel can put a stack of books here or display. He has like Star Wars lightsaber thingies. Now I need to just adjust this. This is the top I've edge banded, so I don't want to ruin that. What did I say? 5 3/4. Oh my word. And that is gonna go in there like that. And I have a handle and a reader. That's so much better. Now I'm gonna have to fill up the plug holes though for there, but that's fine. That's not a big job. Alright, I will do the drawer slides and everything else Monday probably. It's a holiday. Okay, I've got it laying on its side. I'm using these two 3/4 inch blocks as spaces for where I need just the spaces. So hard to film and screw into. I'm going to do that on the other side and then screw the drawer box in, then call it a day. I'm not left-handed. because... Right. Okay. Okay. I had to... I'm now recording on my phone because my camera was like, yeah, no, had enough. 18 inches middle. Okay, I have a lot to do today. Oh, my battery light's flashing at me already. Okay, quick. Okay, no, I didn't make it. Battery went out. Right, quickly still though. Everything is assembled. I am doing the drawers and the drawer slides for the kitchen island as well as this at the same time. So I'm learning a lot, and I hope next time I do it I improve a little bit more. You know, so if I can just be completely honest, it's not as square as I would like, but that comes with doing it over and over again, and you get better at it every time you do it. So yeah, oh sorry, I just realized my music is still going in my pocket. I was telling my dad, for the very first time on my own doing this thing, I'm happy with how it has turned out. Yeah, there are some mistakes that I made. Let me just show you one of them. Okay, I butted the joint of the sides up to the front. I shouldn't have done it that way because you can see the pocket holes on the side. I didn't even think of that. I should have done the pocket holes on the front and butted this all the way up, and then had I did it in the back. I pocket holes into the side panels, which is what I should have done and will do from here on out. So I just put some water putty on that to clean it up, and I'm going to sand it, make it all nice. Not that anyone is going to be able to see it, because that's going to be covered up by a piece of 1/4 inch ply. So anyway, you live and you learn with all of doing stuff like this over and over and over and over again. So got to prime this, stain it, paint it, seal it. I'm hoping to do, you know, as much as I can of that today. I don't know that I will, but anyway, because this is for Samuel, right? And the dresser that I made over for him was in the Dixie Caviar, and he wants it to match his nightstand. So that means everything on the outside and the inside of the display area is all going black, and the drawer front is going to be stained. Minwax stain in Dark Walnut. As you know, if you've watched a recent video of mine, I've added ebony to it and special walnut. I just had little dregs of stain left, so I was just adding it to the can. And I really need to prime it. I can't get away with not priming it, so hang on. Alright, so I have some Valspar bonding primer in white. It dries in 30 minutes, so it's ideal for cabinets, which is, you know, it's a cabinet build of sorts, a nightstand. So I'm probably going to do it in the white. And the reason that I'm pulling a face is because, you know, I've only got a small amount of black, and black over white. I know I'm going to take 2 coats. It's probably going to take 3, but I just don't think I'm going to have enough in this can. Ugh. Okay, while I and ah about the primer situation a bit more, I am going to stain this. Well, I almost knocked it over. Anytime, this is horizontal surface, but anytime you're staining a vertical surface, you always want to hold your brush in a downward motion and drag up, because if you go like this, the stain usually seeps down to the head of your brush. So you always want to keep your brush in a upward motion and drag it upwards. Just helps keeping the stain from dripping down the bottom out onto your glove. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. Okay, I came up with a solution. I am going to use my white primer because it's water-based. This is water-based. I just want to get this done today, painted and done and top-coated, and then I can give it to Samuel. I have Dixie Belle coffee bean, right? It's a brown. So I'm going to do first coat in coffee bean and then my last coat in brown, right? Each layer doesn't need to, black. Each layer doesn't need to be black. This is a dark brown. It's going to be fine. I'm using it to cover up the white, and then my final layer can be the black, and you're not going to notice that the under layer was white and brown. So that's what I'm going to do. Happy with that decision. Gonna get to it right now. I'm going to roll on the primer, get it done quickly. I'm using DIY Paint, the oval brush. I've said before in videos, your primer doesn't need to be a solid coverage. You just basically need to get it on there
lightly
to
sanded,
put a barrier between your wood and your
after
paint.
it all dried,
okay?
and wiped it back.
So that's what I'm gonna do. This brush is so smooth. How good is that? So smooth. Alright, I'm gonna carry on. And I'm eating my lunch. So I'm gonna stop for a second, eat my lunch, and then start again.
When I told you it's 4:30, you said, "Are you going to stop for something?"
Oh, right. Well, this won't be ready tonight. Sorry. I tried my best. That thing took me longer than I thought, and I did get a lot done today.
Yeah.
So, okay, you guys, there is no before, because unless you want to look at a sheet of ply, because this nightstand was made out of leftover ply that I had to match the dresser, and I'll pop in the dresser. And here is the nightstand. What do you think? Do they match? And do you guys like it? It was a build filled with loads of lessons for me for the future, for when I build other projects. And like I said, I have other projects coming, a kitchen island. You guys, I even have kitchen cabinets coming. I make kitchen cabinets. You are not going to want to miss out on any of that. Hit subscribe, bell notification, all the things. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. It really does help me out, and I'm so grateful for all of you and for all of your support and the comments that you guys have been making lately, just encouraging me, and you're just so kind, and I am so grateful. So let me know below, what do you guys think? And if you enjoyed this video, feel like binge watching another video or two of mine, then stick around to the very end, hit that playlist button, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love ya, bye!